A factory wigs worth something I can try out in 2025, even in 2026. You'll find out in today's video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and to my old and returning subscribers, you guys has been amazing. So in today's video, I'll be talking about factory wigs, which I think I've also talked about factory wigs like years back, but like this video is just me come back again to give you an update of factory wigs, if it's something that you should invest in or not. Because if you have been following me on this channel, you will know that I am not really a fan of factory wigs, because I just feel that most factory wigs are not like full, and maybe some of them, their qualities are not all that. But well, let's leave that aside. So in today's video, I want to talk about some facts or some things about factory wigs, then also if it's something that you can invest in as well. What are factory wigs? Factory wigs are those wigs, for those that might not understand, because you'll be hearing, oh, factory wig, but you might not know what factory wig means. But factory wigs are those kind of wigs that are already made from the factory, and most of the time they are made in different in large quantity, like mass production. And they also they have different factories that makes wigs. Some are nameless, some are not, some comes with names, which I've also talked about different or good factory made wigs that I know that they produces good wigs. So if you're interested in knowing those type of those good factory made wigs, please make a request in the comment section and I'll drop the link for you. So there are those wigs that they've already, everything, they are ready to wear, they have already been produced in the factory, everything is already done, and all you need to do is just to buy and wear. So they are mostly ready to wear wigs. Everything about them is complete. It's just that maybe all you need to do is just to do, like, little styling and all of that, and you are good to go. So, and they are different. Factory wigs comes in, most of the time factory wigs comes in density, like you have 150 density, you have 200 density, you have 180 density. That's, I'm talking about density, means the fullness, the gram, the volume of or the weight of the wig. So most of them, like I said, it comes in different density: 150, 180, 200, 250. But most factory wigs come mostly in 180, 150 to 180 density. You hardly see one, although there are still some 200, at least those high quality factory wigs. And this also brings me to another fact. That is why people do say most of the time that factory wigs are not usually very full, because their densities are not like really full, and their method of production, most of the wefts are very, very thin. That's the bundles in they use in making them are very, very thin. If you are a stylist and you are using factory wigs before, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Most of them comes very thin. They don't have thick wefts in making them. So that's why at the end of the day, they don't come out full, because the weft used in sewing them is very, very thin and light. So, and it also comes in different textures as well. You have them in pixie, you have them in silky straight, you have them with frontal. And let me even also say this: most factory wigs always come with frontal, and I don't know why. Most of the hair companies, they produce more of a frontal factory wigs than the normal closure. But although some too, they are beginning to at least improve by bringing 5x5 closure. But in 2025, we now have many 5x5 closure factory wigs. Like if you want to find a 5x5, if you like 5x5, check out factory wigs. Most factory wigs come in 5x5 closure. Even, should I say, even more than 4x4 closure these days. Yes, you can easily get a 5x5 closure in factory wigs more than in 4x4 closure, and also in frontal as well. So you have variety to choose from, and they also have it in. But the another thing too is that most factory wigs, you hardly get bone straight factory wig in bone straight. Yes, it's just very few, and which is very, very rare and uncommon. before you get a factory bone straight, it's always very, very difficult. But when it comes to bouncy coil, when it comes to pixie, when it comes to jerry coil, deep wave, straight, them also double drawn and a single drawn as well, you can get most factory wigs as well. So I love the fact that factory wigs, there you have varieties to choose from, and also there are certain type of wigs that you find mostly in factory wigs. Yes, that's another fact too that I want to share here with you. There are certain type of texture of wigs that you find in factory, like this omotola bounce. This omotola bounce that we call like this bouncy coil with fringe. That's omotola fringe bouncy coil, which I'll leave pictures for you to see. You mostly get the best quality in factory wigs. Then also these pixie cuts as well, like this Tiwa's wig. They are best with when it comes to factory wig. Factory wig makes the best of these wigs. So most of the time, see people ask me, "Oh, Benita, can you do custom?" No, that doesn't mean people don't do the custom made ones. But what I'm not trying to say is that these wigs are very good or preferred in, or they are better in factory wigs. And there are others. There are others too, but which I might not maybe be mentioning them as well, that you can also, that are very good with a factory wig. So if you're interested in those kind of wigs, I would recommend factory wigs for you to buy them in factory wigs. Maybe I'll just be putting pictures for the ones that are very good in factory wigs that you can also get as well. And there are still some too of there are some factory wigs too that I don't really recommend, or factory wigs are not really good in, which I might just put pictures for you, and or I will not be because I will not be able to mention them, so this video will not be too long. So that's it. But what I'm just trying to say is that there are some wigs that are very good in factory wigs, and there are some too that are not so good or not advised to buy in a factory wigs as well. Then also for colors, factory wigs also come in colors, but most times factory wigs, they don't really produce colors, much colors, although there are sometimes you get, sometimes you might not get them. And another thing too about factory wigs is that most of the time it's very difficult to find, like, you know, most of them don't come with, they don't have names, so it's very hard for you to say, okay, oh, I want this brand or I want this particular one. It's just very few that comes with a name or that has names, but most of them are nameless. So it's just something that you might see this time to buy, the next time you might not see it. Maybe anytime maybe you want to go to the market to buy, you might not see it again. So anytime they come like that, that's all. But compared to some, you know, brands that has name, I can say, okay, I want this particular brand of a factory wigs, and it will be very easy for you to get. So now, are factory wigs worth buying in 2025, even stroke 2026, or if you are considering buying them up? Because, well, although let me just talk 2025, because I don't know what 2026, how 2026 will be when it comes to factory wigs. But so are they worth buying in 2025? I would say yes, although still I'm not really a huge fan of factory wigs. Yes, I keep saying it, and I will say it. But the thing is that one thing I noticed in 2025 is that factory wigs, they have really improved the quality of factory wigs in 2025. Like me now, as a fan of as someone that is not a fan of factory wigs, if I can come out here and tell you that factory wigs, they really improved. Trust me, they have even improved in their quality. Like there are a lot of amazing factory wigs that I saw this year that in fact I was, you know, I was amazed, I was shocked, I was surprised with their quality, because at least most of the factory wigs, what I noticed is that they've now come fuller, at least to some extent. They come fuller compared to before. That factory wigs are very, very scanty. Like, let me just say 50% of the factory wigs I saw, because I don't want to exaggerate too much, came out very, very full. Like their density, their volume was amazing. Even apart from the fullness, their quality was so very, very nice as well. Very, very good, very, very impressive. And I didn't even expect it, because most of the time, although there are still some factory wigs that you see them, you might not, they are not very, very impressive. But in 2025, I must give it to all these hair companies that made factory made wigs, that most of them came out very, very nice as well. And factory wigs too, they are they used to be very way cheaper, although still now they are still cheap, but there are some, shockingly, that are even expensive, but if you see their quality, they worth it. So yes, I will recommend factory made wigs. There are some, but when you are buying, I beg, shine your eye very well. Shine your eye on the type that you are buying. But most factory wigs that I saw in 2025, they have a very good quality. It's just that sometimes the fittings, like, the problem is that they might not really have that fittings a lot, that like they don't come freely fitted because they are not custom made. So, but although, and it's also very difficult to adjust. But the thing is that when it comes to quality, when it comes to volume, texture, they really improve the quality of a factory wig. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and try out some factory made wigs. I'm giving you the go ahead to try out some factory made wigs to see if truly, to confirm maybe what I am saying is true or not. So they are not that bad, like, we painted them, or I perceive them, or we used to see them as. No, they really improve their quality. Hopefully in 2026 they will improve more of a factory made wigs as well. So that's it for this video. Did you try out factory wigs in this year 2025? Share your experience with us in the comment section. Do you like them or not, to confirm maybe what I said is true or not. And if there's any question you'd like to ask relating to this video, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer it to the best of my knowledge. But before you click off from this video, if you have watched to this point and you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button to join the family, and also click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I post a new video. Share this video so I might find it helpful and informative. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.